Director of Resource Development with the Parkinson's Society of Eastern Ontario. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And we have Pat Doucette, who is one of the participants of the SuperWalk. So thank you so much for joining us as well. Now, before we dive into the event itself, I know it's going to be a great event. Lots of things happening. Can you remind everyone out there what Parkinson's is and how it happens and what happens to somebody when they do have Parkinson's?
Yes. So Parkinson's is a neurodegenerative disease. And what happens is the dopamine, which is the chemical in the brain that controls movement, it is dying. And actually, when people are diagnosed with Parkinson's, 80% of their dopamine cells have died. And that's when symptoms appear. So the common motor symptoms include tremor, muscle rigidity, impaired balance, and slowness and stiffness. And then there are many other non-motor symptoms, including things like depression, anxiety, trouble handwriting, lots of other things. And the way it affects people is everybody is very different. And some people may experience some or all of. And currently there is no cure for Parkinson's. People can live a long life with Parkinson's, and their symptoms are controlled with medication.
Now, Hilary just explained, Pat, of course, how it affects somebody. Your husband was diagnosed 11 years ago. How has it affected your entire family?
Well, in every way possible, I think.
Yeah.
You know, mentally, physically, socially, and all the things that Hilary has mentioned, actually, my husband has. For the first 8 years, we probably sailed along pretty well on minimal medication. But it's a progressive disease, and the last 2 or 3 years it's certainly progressed. Right now my husband's on about 45 pills a day for the Parkinson's, and he takes them every 2.5 hours. So that sort of dictates our daily routine and our lifestyle to a big extent.
Did you approach the Parkinson's?
Right away. As soon as he was diagnosed, I phoned them up and joined the Parkinson's Society, and they've been very helpful right from the word go. The first few years, they put out newsletters that are very informative, and a phone call for any advice, or if you needed a link for any help, you could phone the society.
Right. And I'm just holding up a picture here, I hope our camera can catch it, of your entire beautiful family. You're blessed with 2 sets of twins, granddaughters and daughters as well. And there's your husband as well, your entire family here in this photo. And we wanted to show this picture because, you know, your entire family has gathered around your husband.
Very much so.
Him?
Well, the grandchildren are a joy to have around, and certainly help us move on with these challenges. You know, children are very adaptable, and they know Grandpa shakes or shuffles and this sort of thing, and they really spend a lot of time with him and help him take his pills to him and that sort of thing.
And Pat, you've decided this year to participate in the walk. Are you participating as a family?
As a whole family, and for a couple of reasons. As I said, the first few years were not too bad, but we've certainly had to lean on the resources of the Parkinson's Society. This year, we both belong to support groups. Myself, a caregivers group. My husband, he's with a number of other people that have Parkinson's, and we also we're going to speech and swallowing session right now. So I felt, you know, we're really getting a lot of help from them. It was time for us to really try and give, you know, help back with fundraising.
And so that's something that everyone can get involved in, of course, on Saturday, September 7th. So tell us a little bit about what's going to be happening in the event itself.
Well, so SuperWalk is the most magical day of the year for our community. People of all ages and stages and sizes come out to support their loved one living with Parkinson's, or in some cases, you know, the person has passed on and they're doing it in memory of their loved one. But it's the one day of the year that the whole community comes together for hope and celebration, a hope for a future without Parkinson's. And this year, our event in Ottawa, we're at a new location, so I should stress that. We're at the Ron Colbus Lakeside Centre at Britannia Beach this year. And the route, there is a 1 kilometer and a 3.5 kilometer route along the river, so it's going to be beautiful. And we have entertainment throughout the day. The walk is followed by a wonderful barbecue, and the local Ottawa band Arms of the Girl are donating their entertainment for us for the day of. And again, we get about 600 people out of all ages, and it's a wonderful day of celebration of all the hard work, and again, hope for a future without Parkinson's. It's just lovely, and people can still sign up. There's still time, and for a minimum fundraise of at least $50, people get a t-shirt and their barbecue lunch, and get to again join with the community. For new families like the Doucettes out, it's a wonderful way to meet others living with Parkinson's and share again in this hope for a future without Parkinson's.
Well, ladies, thank you so much. The website is parkinsons.ca.
Yes.
You guys are on Twitter, Parkinson East ON as well. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Pat. Thank you so much, Hilary.
Thank you.
And definitely go check it out. It's September 7th. It's happening September 7th, and all the information is on the website. Coming up next, we are talking about the Ottawa Sustainability